Okay, let's talk this weather. Blake Matthews joining us now, and I know it's still, for the next couple of days, we should embrace and enjoy, but we're talking about some real serious changes.
Absolutely. I think tomorrow's be a great day to go ahead and get to the grocery store, whatever it is you're going to need to get you through the next couple of days, especially as we get into the middle and latter part of the week, because we are looking at impacts that could be quite interesting, quite severe as we head into North Texas, again, Wednesday night and into Thursday. So we have a high confidence now of a strong Arctic front that will push through on Wednesday morning. Again, that is a change in the forecast from what we told you yesterday, in which we were expecting this to come through late Wednesday night. So Wednesday expecting now to be a much colder day than what we told you yesterday. A medium confidence in the forecast of wintry precipitation of some sort, perhaps all three, but we are still monitoring how impactful this could be and how much we will get of ice and snow. So that remains in the air at this time. Wintry weather, including all forms, freezing rain, sleet, and snow, will be possible this week, Wednesday night into Thursday. This is not a February 2021 event. It is not as cold, and it is not as long in duration as what we saw last year. Last year, we were below freezing for 7 straight days. This time around, we may be below freezing Wednesday and Thursday before moderating heading into a beautiful weekend. A high-impact winter storm is now expected here across North Texas. Travel becomes dangerous as we head into late Wednesday night, and very dangerous, if not impossible, heading into Thursday. And then freezing rain and sleet will be the most likely precipitation type here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and accumulations are likely. So that's what we know as of tonight. We are still 3 to 4 days out. We are still trying to nail the timing down of this system and what precip type we will get, although we are starting to get a better idea that it will be more of an ice storm than it will be anything else. Speaking of ice, here's your ice accumulation probabilities. A high chance here across the Metroplex, a medium chance elsewhere, and for those of us that are looking for snow, and nobody loves snow more than me, we're talking about a medium chance here across the Metroplex of a snowfall greater than 1 inch, and the highest chance of that will be in our northwest zones from Gainesville to Jacksboro out towards Breckenridge. So if you're looking for the snow, it will be, I think, a little bit to the west and northwest of our area. Here is the future sky. You'll notice that we have a slight chance of rain moving into the forecast heading into tomorrow. I think it'll mainly be just a cloudy, overcast day with temperatures in the mid-60s. But notice the pink line right there. That's the freeze line. And as it drops down into the Metroplex, that's when we're going to see the changeover to sleet and freezing rain and eventually some snow. And I do think that the Dallas-Fort Worth area will see a complete changeover to snow on Thursday afternoon, but it'll be very brief as the precipitation, I think, comes to an end. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. So why exactly are we talking about an ice storm and not a snowstorm? Well, it has everything to do with this chart. This is what we call a skew-T diagram, and the only important thing out of this entire thing is going to be that little notch right there, which tells me and any meteorologist that we have a warm nose in the atmosphere. So what does that look like? Well, let's take you up into the atmosphere here, and there's that notch I just showed you on the skew-T diagram. We're talking about temperatures in the 40s. So as the snowflakes form up in the atmosphere, they fall down, hit that warm layer of temperatures in the 40s, and then they fall back into the freezing air near the surface where we live, and that is what becomes freezing rain and sleet. So if you wanted snow, obviously that warm notch can't be there, but unfortunately it is, and that's what's going to give us the high impacts as we head into the latter part of the week. Beautiful afternoon turned cloudy earlier today. You see, becoming home was completely overcast this evening, and I think those clouds will stay with us as we head into the day on Monday. Temperatures right now holding in the mid to upper 50s, and I think we're going to cool down into the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees heading into the overnight hours tonight before those temperatures do rebound back into the mid 60s heading into tomorrow. So over the next 7 days, 64 degrees for tomorrow, 68 on Tuesday. Your Arctic front coming through early Wednesday morning. Temperatures drop to about 40 degrees heading into 5 o'clock in the afternoon. 70% chance of liquid rain becoming freezing rain and sleet late Wednesday afternoon into the overnight, an 80% chance of freezing rain and sleet Wednesday night into early Thursday before becoming all snow on Thursday with a high of 26 degrees. And Steve, look at these overnight lows. We've got 16 and 15 degrees. That will be lethal to any pets that are left outside. It is imperative that we watch after them as we head into the latter part of the coming week.
And really enjoyed that explanation between the difference on snow and ice and what we're going to see here in the next few days. Thank you so much, Blake. We appreciate it.